Greetings, brothers and sisters, and welcome back to Reforming the Dust. I'd like to make a few brief and concise videos about some of the highlights in the debate that Joel Webbon and NXR Studios had on the subject of interracial marriage. Webbon and NXR Studios argued that it goes against God's normative design, and Ruslan and GodLogic argued to the contrary. So, although I believe that Ruslan and GodLogic made the majority of winning arguments in this debate, and of course, I agree with their stance as a whole, I believe there were a few moments where Joel Webbon came out on top because Ruslan and GodLogic missed some opportunities. So in this video, we're going to break down the most noticeable instance of this. Let's take a look.
Would you discourage or encourage your daughter to marry, when she's, let's say, 18, 20, pick some age, to marry a 60-year-old man?
A 60-year-old man? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no standard in Scripture for it.
Right,
but
she's free to marry in the Lord.
Anyone of the Lord.
You're absolutely right. I wouldn't say that she's wrong in doing that. I would just
Would you discourage her or encourage her?
I would discourage that
on what basis?
Based on no objective basis, just my preference.
Well, no, natural law has revealed that pairing is unsuited, that it's a man so far advanced in experience and all these different things.
No.
And a girl so young
he can
that you would.
What's your you said based on your preference. What's your preference based on?
Yeah, so I would think that normally a 60-year-old and a 25-year-old wouldn't really have much in common. They wouldn't really be
normally. One might say ordinarily.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So, but notice this. Notice I'm not saying that this necessarily goes against God's design because this is my own preference. I don't have a scripture backing up what I'm saying. So I could, if she insists, I can't say, well, daughter, you're going against God's natural normative design. I can't say that.
But we're Christians.
You can. Yes. You can, because God has written 2 books, not merely 1.
Okay, I know that statement right there is initially a little bit off-putting, but in the interest of being truthful, I just want to make sure I'm not misrepresenting Webbon before I start critiquing him. So let's take a moment to acknowledge that he's not saying that nature has the same authority or infallibility as Scripture, and we'll let him finish.
He has special revelation, that which is inscripturated, but we also have natural revelation. God has given us reason. He has not made us witless beasts. He has made us intelligent. We're able to exercise rationale, and we know that it's not mere preference. It's not arbitrary. It's not capricious. We know that there is actually a natural, logical reason why we would not encourage our 18-year-old daughter to marry a 60-year-old man, even if he's Christian. So we would actually discourage. We would discourage it based on reason.
Okay, so when it comes to the idea of whether an 18-year-old girl should marry a 60-year-old man, I actually agree with everything Webbon has to say about that. But it's not because they probably wouldn't have that much in common. It's for a reason that is right in front of both parties, and yet they both overlook it. If an 18-year-old girl marries a 60-year-old man, she's going to be a widow midlife. Not maybe, definitely. It's going to happen. Statistically, it should happen around the age of 45, so she may still have dependent children, and she may still be of childbearing age. And even if the guy lives to be 100, she'll be a widow before the age of 60. Which, by the way, is before the age that Paul prescribes as the minimum for enrolling widows in the New Testament churches. So this is empirical proof that the course of nature does not work to the advantage of such a marriage. So I really think that GodLogic missed an opportunity here. He could have put Joel Webbon's straw grasping to shame. He could have immediately crushed this false analogy. Because unlike this age gap, there is no such normative rule that puts God's creation at odds with interracial marriage. Just nebulous elaborations and vain philosophies.